How would you describe Uncle Andrew?
Charismatic,
Funny,
Loving,
Loyal,
loving,
thief,
loving,
funny,
lovable,
energetic,
friend,
funny,
playful,
brother,
compassionate.
criminal.
What's the word that you would say for somebody who is just so flippin' adorable that no matter what they do, they're easily forgiven?
great smile, lights up the room. I know these are more than probably 5 words. Everybody loved him. So
What is your favorite memory of Uncle Andrew?
Every time we went, there was some form of criminal activity that he engaged in that was just so amazing that he would just do it so blatantly, knowing that your dad is a cop.
see, I hate to say because my favorite memory was when he was doing something bad, I guess. But so I'm gonna try to keep it keep that out of it.
When we stole my dad's clothes to go to the disco. So back in the day, my dad had all the Fila jumpsuits and everything, you know. And Andrew's built, he was 6'1". And I've always been like 6'1" wide and 4 feet tall. And so we were going to a disco, I had to sneak him in. And we didn't have anything to wear. So we broke into my dad's closet. And he took the Reebok tracksuit and I took the Fila tracksuit. The Fila tracksuit was white. So I looked like that Stay Puft Marshmallow dude. And Andrew's Reebok one was, I think it was red. And we just went out like that. We went to the disco. How we got caught was because my dad used to go in and sniff his clothes.
We had gone up, I think, on a Friday night and we were staying through the whole weekend. So it was like Saturday morning. We're all kind of recovering from the Friday night of getting together. And we're just kind of hanging out in the living room. And people kept coming and ringing the doorbell. And Andrew would greet them and he would go into like the second bedroom with them. They'd talk for a minute and then those people would leave. After like 3 or 4 people showed up, come to find out that he and his friends had stolen a bunch of laptop computers, but they didn't have the connectors. So they were selling them at a reduced price just to hurry up and get rid of them. But he had like 100 of them in his closet. So all those people that were coming over were coming to get a computer. And your dad and I just shook our heads like, what is this fool doing, you know?
When he had a party at his apartment, he had them stay over. But then when you fell asleep, if you're the first one asleep, then you really got it. You got toenail polish and Sharpies and makeup. So
One of my favorite memories when he came up with and got a few of us to help him steal some beer out of a bowling alley when we were living in England. He was a master. I think if he was still alive, he'd probably be a master thief somehow or another. But yeah, he came up with a great plan that we would distract the guy up front because the bowling alley was kind of small, and we would. He had a window there, and then behind him was the bowling lane. So he'd turn around and sign people up for that. So we'd keep him distracted, and he would sneak down to the end, go down all the way down to the end of the lane, and that's where they kept the beer in the storage area back there. And so then he would go back there. He'd open up the door for us, for the other people, and we just start stealing the beer. There's a little set of woods right there next to the bowling alley, so we store it in there. And then that night, we transport it elsewhere to drink.
What would you say to Uncle Andrew if you could talk to him one more time?
I love you and I miss you so much.
And tell him how much he was loved by so many of us. You know, he was just this light and he shined really brightly. And when he was gone, it was pretty dark.
Usually don't tell your brother or sister how much you love them and miss them and enjoy them in your life. So those are definitely things that I would say to him that I love him dearly, and he made me laugh all the time, and I miss him.
I think after all this time, I just asked, you know, because I'm not a big afterlife guy or heaven guy or whatever it is. I don't subscribe to the fact when you pass on that you get to go through the shining light and all your people are standing there waiting on you with a, you know, a half handle and a bong, like, hey, welcome to heaven, and that kind of shit. So I just want to know he's doing okay.
That should have been the last question.
But yeah, that's Andrew.